In number 9, we want to transform the function y equal x cubed according to these transformations. Let's first look at a generic function, and let's do those same transformations on our generic function y equal f of x. So first we'll do up 3, so that would be y is equal to f of x. Just tack a plus 3 onto the end. Then reflect y, that's replace x with minus x. So this x we replace with minus x. Reflect x, that's negate everything on the right-hand side. Or multiply it by minus 1. So that'll be minus f minus x, and then minus 3. And then write 5, that's replace x with x minus 5. So here's where we have to be careful. This x over here is being replaced with x minus 5. We have to use parentheses for that. All right, let's simplify that, and we get this is equal to minus f, opening a parentheses, that will be minus x plus 5 minus 3. All right, let's do this for y equal x cubed. First we're doing up 3. Reflect y. Replace x with minus x. Well, since we're cubing minus x, we can just cube that out and bring the minus on the outside. This is the same as y is equal to minus x cubed plus 3. Now we're reflecting x, that's replacing y with minus y, or negating everything on the right-hand side. So let's just negate everything on the right-hand side. So we have y is equal to x cubed minus 3. And now write 5, that's replace x with x minus 5. And that's our transformed function. Here we want to list a series of transformations that transform y equals square root of x to y equal the square root of minus x plus 3 minus 10. All right, so first we could do a down 10 shift, and we get y is equal to the square root of x minus 10. And then we can do a left 3, and we have y is equal to the square root x plus 3 minus 10. And then we could do a reflect y, that means replace x with minus x to get the result that we want, minus x plus 3 minus 10. Okay, so these three transformations done in this order will do the trick. In number 11, we want to solve the inequality x squared less than 5x. Our basic strategy requires that we have 0 on the right-hand side. So we need 0 on right-hand side. So we'll subtract 5x from both sides. And now we have x squared minus 5x less than 0. And the next step is factor, because we're going to do a plus-minus analysis, so we're going to have to put the zeros of this expression on the number line. So we must factor to find the zeros. So we'll factor by pulling out x. So we have x times x minus 5 less than 0. And now we're ready for our plus-minus analysis. So let's do that. Okay, so on the number line, we're going to put the zeros of this expression. So that would be x equals 0 coming from this first factor, and x equals 5 coming from the second factor. Put them in order, 0 first, 5 second. To do the plus minus analysis, we have to look in between those values and see if this expression is positive or negative. So first, let's say we substitute in anything bigger than 5, like we can substitute in a 6, for example. All right, 6 is positive when we substitute here, and 6 minus 5 is positive. So we have a product of two positives, so that would be positive. Here, putting anything between 0 and 5, let's say 1. Substituting in 1 here, we get 1, which is positive, and here we get 1 minus 5, which is negative. So we have a positive times a negative, and that would be negative. And here, let's choose something less than 0, like let's say minus 1. Substituting here, minus 1, we get something negative, minus 1. And here, minus 1 minus 5, that's also negative. A negative times a negative is a positive. So to the left of 0, this expression is positive. Now, we want to know where is this less than 0, less than 0. All right, so that's here is where it's negative. We don't want to include where it's 0, so don't include this value or this value. So we would have anything from 0 to 5, not including 0 and not including 5. That's where our expression is negative. All right, so let's look at number 12 is similar. In number 12, we want to solve this inequality, x squared plus 2x greater than or equal to 15. So again, we need 0 on the right-hand side for our basic strategy. So let's subtract 15 from both sides. And now to figure out where this expression is 0, we'll need to factor it. So this factors into x, that's x. This factors into x plus 5, x minus 3. Okay, just check that middle term. 5x and the minus 3x is a 2x. All right, so the zeros of this expression on the left are minus 5 and 3. All right, let's do our plus minus analysis. So let's see, we'll write x plus 5, x minus 3 next to a number line. Put the zeros on the number line in order. Minus 5 comes first, then 3. All right, substitute in your values. Something bigger than 3, like 4, make both factors positive. Between minus 5 and 3, we have 0. Put that in. And we have positive, and here we have negative. So we get a negative value. Something less than minus 5, like minus 6, makes the first factor negative and the second factor. Sorry, here we're substituting in minus 6, so that makes the first factor negative and the second factor negative. The product of two negatives is a positive. Now let's see, we want to know where is this greater than or equal to 0. That's positive or 0, so that would be, here's where we have positive written. This time greater than or equal to 0, so we are including the zeros. So that would be minus infinity to minus 5, include the minus 5. And I'll put a union symbol. And include the 3 to infinity.